Hello students, welcome back to Dr. Noor Fidoja channel where you are exploring the world of business management with Dr. Noor, and we are doing the last part of our management course, that is the last function of management controlling part 2. Controlling part 2, so where we are trying to complete the process of controlling. So controlling part 2, where we are trying to complete the process of controlling. In my previous class I taught you the meaning and definition, importance and features of controlling, and today I am teaching you the today I am here to teach you the various steps involved in controlling. You have decided to control something. How to do that? Correct? What are the steps you have to follow for controlling? So before I started with the process of controlling, let me request you to subscribe to my channel. Hope all of you have subscribed to my channel. If you have not done it, do it right now and share as much as you can. I want more people to get benefit from this, because that is only objective I have while developing these videos. 9 hours of complete watching 57 videos. One will be thorough in management skills, and they should be able to manage their life and organization more systematically. This is the challenge what I am doing it. So that is why please all 57 videos, kindly view the videos which will come for 15 hours, and you are ready for complete course on principles of management. That is why please share as much as you can. Subscribe and view the complete videos of mine. Yes, with that request, let me start with the process of controlling. So there are 4 steps. When you want to do some controlling, there are 4 steps you have to follow. The first step is establishing standard. The second step is measuring actual performance. And the third step is comparing performance with the standard. Correct? Then comes the third step, where we try to compare the performance with the standard, and the fourth step is corrective action. So the first step, what is establishing standard? For example, I'm just saying, let me take you an example and explain the whole process, then it becomes easy for you to understand. I'm the sales manager. I have 3 sales employees whose performances I have to measure, X, Y, Z. So how these 3 people are performing, I have to check. So for that, my first step, what I will follow is, I will establish the standard for them. So how to establish standard? I will tell, see, the one management have given me objective to sell 60 units per month. I have 3 sales executives. I call each one of them and I ask them to sell some 20 units each, right? So 3 sales executive into 20 units each. So 60 unit sales should be achieved. That's the first step, establishing standard, where I am telling them 20 units per month you have to sell it. Correct? And second, so how to do that? The control begins with planning. So the first step in controlling is establishing objective and standard. Control begins with planning and establishment of performance objectives. Performance objectives are defined and the standard for measuring them are set. So there are basically 2 types of standards I can have. I can set a standard for sales executive based on output. That is 20 units you have to sell. So at the end of the month, I will see how many units he has sold, and I will check his performance. That is called as on the basis of unit sold by him, quantity. So basically, output standards are something which measures the results. Output standards are something which measures the results, like how many units he sold. Correct? So maybe the output standard can be in quantity, like 20 units in quantity, or quality, or cost. Correct? Or it can be time. Rather than this, I can also go for second type of standard, that is called as input standard. Input standard, I tell that, look, sales people, I just don't want output to be measured. I want to see the whole process followed by you in selling. Like how many sales calls you made, how many visits you made, and how many customers call back to you for query, and how you attended them, and what problem you face. I will see your whole process. Then I will assess you. Then I will control you. That is called an input standard, which measures the work effort, which have gone in the performance of the task, not just the output. So the first step in controlling, establishing the objectives are standard. Establishing standard, the first step in controlling, like sales people, 20 unit standards I have laid out. So that is output standard. I can also go for input standard. Once that is done, then measuring the actual performance. At the end of the month, I will ask my sales executive to come and report me, correct? So come and report me how much sales they have done, correct? In like 30, at the end of the month, they're supposed to do 20 units each. Whether they have done the 20 units or not, to measure that, I'll start measuring. So that is called measuring the actual performance. So the measurement should be accurate, it should be bias free, and it should not have any deviations. And I should ask them to write and give me what they've done, the what process they followed, if I am doing it on input basis control, or how much unit they sold, if I am going ahead with okay, how much unit they have if I am going ahead with the system. So I have to call them, they give me in writing, then I start measuring their performance. So that's the second step, what I do in controlling. Then come the third step, comparing results with objective time standard. So whatever now 20 units is supposed to sell, X says, ma'am, I've done 30 units. Very happy, yeah. 10 units more you have sold. B says, ma'am, 20. So just measure performance. C says, ma'am, I've just done 15. So he is lacking the standard. So I can get these three types of performances. So that is what is called as comparing the results with the standard. If deviation is there, in the fourth step, I'll be taking the corrective measures. So comparison of actual performance with the desired performance establish the need for the action. So ways for making such comparison include, whatever I have laid down 20 units, say, I will ask sales executive what was the standard, he'll tell 20 units, how much you achieve 15, why 15, why there's a deviation of a unit, what happened. I have to identify the reasons and accordingly I have to guide them. So ways for making such comparison is what we are supposed to do here in the third step, and find out where there's a problem. So that's the third step. Once I get to know where problems are there, then I go ahead with the fourth step, that is called as taking corrective action. I know the problem what employees are facing now, so I have to help them to take corrective action. So B have achieve target with less 5 units. I'll ask him what is the reason, yeah, why 5 units less. He'll tell no, whenever customer are asking for queries, I'm not able to answer. That means he need training. One person says no, mentally I was disturbed, so he need counseling. Third person says no, I was absent for so many days, so that is why I am not able to do. So whatever reasons they are telling, I have to find out, and based on the reasons, I have to take the corrective actions. So the fourth and the last step in controlling is taking corrective actions. Taking any action necessary to correct or improve things, we call it as taking corrective actions. So I can take corrective actions by two methods: management by exception. I can take exceptional cases and try to solve the issues. Focus managerial attention on substantial difference between actual and desired performance. So I'll take the exceptional cases, like we have to do 20 units, you have done only 15, 5 units take. I can use a technique called as management by exception. Or I can also do management by exception technique where I'll say the time, energy and other, and see he would have done well, but why he is not able to do well, correct? I may try to measure that as well. So the first step here is taking corrective actions. So controlling will have 4 steps. The first step, laying down the standard. 2 types of standards can be laid down. Then you have measuring the actual performance, comparing the standard with the performance, then taking corrective action. So these are the 4 steps what we follow in controlling. Hope students you are able to follow the whole controlling process. If yes, any activity you are controlling, follow these steps and ensure that your activities are going on as per the record. And till then, so I'll end my class here. So till then, any doubts you have or any clarifications are there, anything you want to learn, please write it in the comment box. Or if you like my videos, please like my video, share my video, subscribe to my channel and learn the complete subject of Principles of Management with Dr. Noor. Yes, till then, take care.